I just wanted some like the opinion of an expert in the market. I market like off market. I like send out mailers and texts to people in the area. I'm from Utah, but I do market and try to get deals in Maryland. But this area is interesting where you have a listing, and I have one that's like a couple streets over, and I'm just seeing like a really big price range on these townhomes. So I'm kind of nervous to, pay about 120 for a house that's off market when I see some houses are selling for like 160.
Well, you're from Utah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so you don't know the area that well.
Exactly. That's why I'm calling you, because
And you're a wholesaler.
exactly. Yeah, I actually do both.
Yeah,
I buy and fix and I wholesale. Yeah.
sure, sure.
If you want to save time and learn how to invest in real estate faster, go to investorthrive.com to master the sales process from our training so you can close more deals with less leads, even if you're only doing this part time. Or if you don't know where to start and need help, give me a call at 385 398 9862 and let's chat. Hello?
Hello, this is Greg Cullison. I was on the other line. You were calling me?
Yeah, Greg, I'm sorry about that. Do you have a couple minutes to talk? I was just calling about your Green Hill Avenue property in Baltimore.
Yeah, I can talk to you about it. Corey is the main person on that, but I'm happy to talk to you about it.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm calling is I just wanted some like the opinion of an expert in the market. I market like off market. I like send out mailers and texts to people in the area. And I'm from Utah, but I do market and try to get deals in Maryland. But this area is interesting where you have a listing, and I have one that's like a couple streets over, and I'm just seeing like a really big price range on these townhomes. So I'm kind of nervous to, pay like about 120 for a house that's off market when I see some houses are selling for like 160.
Well, you're from Utah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so you don't know the area that well.
Exactly. That's why I'm calling you, because
And you're a wholesaler,
yeah,
right? Is that
yeah,
what you do?
exactly. Yeah, I actually do both.
Yeah,
I buy and fix and I wholesale. Yeah.
sure, sure. Okay. Well, there's a vast difference of condition, like there is
Right, of
everywhere in
course.
real estate. But yeah, if you were in them each and every day, you would see that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean to like waste your time or offend you. It sounds like maybe you've talked to wholesalers before that wasted your time.
I have many times. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
I really don't have a high opinion of them.
yeah, I get that. I totally understand. Like, I mean, there are some shady ones, and I'm sure you guys don't think highly of us because, sellers make more money if they list it, right?
14% more national average.
Exactly. Yeah, and I totally get that. And actually when I talk to sellers, I tell them, I'm like, hey, you should list this. The only benefit that I provide to you is like convenience, ease, and speed. But if you don't want, to sell it in 7 days, you need to list this. So that's how I kind of approach it. And making relationships with agents like you, I think we can, work together instead of just be like, wasting each other's time.
I sell a lot of houses. I really don't need to make any alliances with wholesalers.
Okay. No, I totally get that. But I guess, can I ask you one thing? Is it true that in this specific area where you have the townhomes, are the prices like, do they fluctuate a lot, or is it pretty standard for like a 3-1 to be around 250 when it's sold, when it's fixed up?
It better be looking awesome for that.
Well,
Better be the nicest one around.
well, I appreciate that advice. And again, I'm sorry for, wasting your time. I didn't mean to,
Have a good day.
You too. All right. Yeah. Woo, my man. In Baltimore out there, that guy was not a fan. And but hey, how do you think I handled that, AJ? Do you think I was all right?
I think you were very professional, actually.
Look, there's agents that don't like wholesalers. That's okay. I
Mm,
never have
mhm,
forced anyone to do a deal with me ever. Period. I always tell
mhm.
them what their options are. I go to sleep every night feeling great because I say, hey, look, if you sell this to me, I got to make money, right? You're going to be selling this to me less than if you listed it. And they say, I get that. I get that.
Mhm.
I don't care. I just want this done.
I don't care.
Do you guys see how I handled that call? I ain't nervous. I ain't worried. Like, dude, you don't like me? That's fine. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I do. And you don't
Yeah.
want to make an alliance with one of the top wholesalers in the world. You just lost out, buddy. Right, AJ?
Right, right.
Yeah, bump that guy. I'm just kidding. He's cool. Hey, I get it. There's probably some wholesalers that have just called him and wasted his time. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And I'm actually glad that we had a call like that. What did he tell me in his grimacing tone and just like that he didn't like me? He said, if you wanted to sell it for 250, this thing better be the best thing in the neighborhood, right? So 250 is not, according to one guy, and I can call more. So 250 is not going to work. It's
Mhm.
probably going to be like 166. And that reason I'm saying 166 is I'm looking at one of his that he has.
Uh-huh.
He says, you're a wholesaler from Utah, huh? So yeah, man, I am. What you gonna do about it? All right. So this is one of his. It's a 3.5. This is an actual comp. Okay. This is what's currently for sale, and he's upset because no one wants to buy his at 165. Okay, so it looks like AJ. I think we might have to put this thing at 160.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're talking on the phone, and you want 120? It ain't gonna happen. I'm losing money. So where is it gonna make sense for me to buy this now that we know that the ARV is 160? I think originally my boy Tony was saying 75K. That it's getting kind of tight at 75. Tony, I'd say if you can offer them 47 550, it's a for sure deal. You should go lower than 75. And if you're feeling crazy, if you're feeling like you want to if you want to make an alliance with this jabroni, then you could call him and he might be able to list it for you. You might be able to list it with what's his guy's name? Greg. Freaking Greg.
Right.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy said I did a very good impression of Greg. Yeah. Everybody, let's call Greg right now and just be like, hey, I'm a wholesaler. Let's light him up. Hey, Greg, I heard you you love working with wholesalers. All right, AJ. So Tony, we ran your numbers on your deal. I would call you back. This is our conversation. We'd call back. All right. Hello, ma'am. I'm calling you back. Just got done talking to my underwriter. Do you have some time to talk?
Mm-hmm.
I feel terrible. I was looking at the wrong comp the whole time. When I thought these houses were 250, I just got off the phone with an agent that has a listing that is not selling. His name is
Mhm.
Greg. If you ever want to talk to him, you should call him. I can give you his number. But he has a house right now listed for 160 that's really nice, updated, and it's not selling right now. That makes me worried that if I buy yours for 120, I'm going to be underwater. I can send you this link too so you can look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right, that's okay.
unfortunately, after talking to my underwriter and getting this knowledge, I'm gonna have to be at $47,550, but I can close in 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Would that work for
Yeah,
you?
I'd have to say no to that now.
Well, originally you were at 300,000, then you were considering 120, but now with the information that I've given you, what is realistic for you knowing that new houses in this area are only selling for 160? They're not even selling, they're listed and they're just sitting there. What are you looking for now that you know that?
I'd probably really go for at least 100.
Yeah. So let me tell you this. If you list this house with a real estate agent, you got to pay 3% to the listing agent, 3% commission to the buyer. You know that, right? You got to pay to list a house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
I do.
so looking at the math, if you can't sell this thing for 160 because it needs to be updated. So let's say as is, you can sell this thing. What would you say? As is, maybe 120. Would you say that's fair, ma'am?
Yeah, I'd have to say 120 is okay.
Okay, so if you take away the commissions, the fees, the closing costs, and that's about 8%, you'd get 110. So yes, you would make way more money if you listed it. But you told me you weren't interested in that, right?
I might actually consider it now.
I think you should consider it because, looking at my numbers, if this house is worth 160, I mean, from what you're telling me, if it only needs a basic light rehab, let me just fudge with the numbers really quick. So this is, and what were you saying? 100,000?
Yeah, I'll probably go for the 100.
Okay, so that's what you're wanting. So if I had to do about a basic rehab and let's see, I might have to change the wholesaling fee. Yeah, it's still not going to make sense for me. I feel terrible, but I know I said 47, but the very highest I could do. And by the way, guys, this is a role play. It would usually incremental raises. I wouldn't jump up this high, but I'd say, look, I'm looking at the numbers. This is the best I could do. I could do 82 if it only needs a basic rehab. But I guess I'll find that out during my due diligence period.
Yeah, 82.
82,000. That's right. We
You
can get
said
it.
you could do it in 30 days.
I can do it sooner than 30 days. I probably can do it maybe in maybe 2 weeks.
I'll probably, if you could give me time to think about it.
So you're not yeah, you're just not 100% sure. What I know when people say that, it's usually a no. It's a no.
Mm.
Let's just be honest. You're not going to do it. So let's talk about what other options you're considering because you're saying no to the 82. So if you can't get 100,000, for example, maybe you talk to 10 other people like me. What are you going to do?
Not quite sure yet.
Well, I mean, we already talked about flipping it is not an option, right?
Yeah,
Keeping it's
don't
not
have
an option.
that.
So listing it, you said, hey, listing it might be an option now. Okay, so is that kind of
Right.
you're teetering right now between getting more money and listing it and waiting or cash?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, listing it would probably be the best.
Okay. Well, I got a great guy named Greg. I can send you his info. We partner all the time. We've formed a strong alliance and we're going to work together. So I will send you his info after I talk to him and we'll see. He says he sells a lot of homes, but we'll see if he denies one that I can give him. Okay.
All right.
All right. So anyway, that's how it ends. She is not that motivated to move quickly, right? If
Mhm.
she's like, I can wait. I can't force her to take the price that needs to be done. Guys, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You have to take people through the sales process
Uh-huh.
so you can determine if there's enough motivation to help someone that's in a sticky situation. If there's no motivation, they're just going to list it, and they should. Everyone should list it if they have time. There's no reason to sell for cash unless you need the money fast. That's why
Mhm.
it's there for. You need fast, quick, convenience, ease, speed. That's why you do it. That's why we exist. We help everybody that I've ever done a wholesale deal with. I've provided value by being quick. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys is follow the sales process. If you want to negotiate a good deal, there has to be some underlying motivation that's causing them. Use agents to help you determine the value. I use them all the time, and I get on calls with people like that, and you can see, it goes good or bad. But who cares? Don't you ever think that you're not doing something right. Maybe some of you are doing something like shady, like maybe you are. I'm not. I tell people all their options and I say, this is what you can do. You decide. Okay, there's nothing shady about giving people all the truth, everything they need to know, and then being a consultant. Okay, so when that guy came at me, didn't even shake me. Shouldn't shake you, because as a wholesaler, you're doing a service. We help so many people find properties to flip. We help so many people get properties that need to be sold quickly. We help. Okay, that's how you got to look at it.